No-carb foods versus low-carb foods. You may have heard about people losing a lot of weight on a low-carb, high-protein diet. Did you think, oh, I couldn't do that, eating no carbs is just not possible? A common misperception is that these diets mean you can't have any carbs, but this is simply not true. You can have carbs. You're just limiting the number you eat on a daily basis. You will be eating some low-carb foods and some no-carb foods in order to balance your overall diet. Why would I want to limit my carbs? Limiting your daily carbs is healthy for you on a number of levels. For one, it can help you lose weight. The amount of carbohydrate we take in on a daily basis is way larger than our body needs. And what does the body do with the excess carbs? It stores it as fat, just in case you need to use it for fuel later. The problem is that we usually don't end up needing it, and it just ends up sitting around our middles, rears, upper arms, and other areas. What constitutes a low-carb food? If you are aiming for 30 to 60 carbs a day, you will want to mix low-carb with no-carb foods to create an overall low-carb diet. Generally speaking, you don't want to eat any food that has more than 5 carbs in it, or you'll quickly end up with a high-carb day. What foods are low-carb? When you start to look at the carbohydrate counts of your favorite foods, you may be surprised at what you find. For example, string cheese is a good choice, and makes a quick and easy snack that you can grab on the go. Hard-boiled eggs are another good choice, as are pork rinds. It surprises many people that the lower-fat dairy foods actually have more carbs than the full-fat ones. So you are better off skipping the skim milk and going straight for the whole milk to lower your carb count. Eggs are another very low-carb food and can be cooked in a variety of ways. Scrambled, fried, in an omelette or hard-boiled, they all contain just 1 carb per serving. You can even find lower-carb breads. Just be sure to look for whole grain varieties, since the highly processed white breads and many wheat breads on the market are stripped of their nutrients and are high in sugar and starches. Look for labels that state 100% whole wheat or 100% whole grain for lower carb options. Not all veggies and fruits are low carb. Along the same lines, some people think that fruits and vegetables are healthy and therefore must have low carb levels. Not true. Several fruits and vegetables are high in natural sugars and starches, and have a surprising number of carbs. Some high-carb culprits include potatoes, carrots, and bananas. Low-carb options include berries, avocados, melons, cucumbers, lettuce, radishes, and bell peppers. No-carb foods can be very satisfying. While you can and will have some carbs in a low-carb, high-protein diet, you can also have a surprising number of no-carb foods to balance out your eating. The great news is that many no-carb foods are very satisfying. No-carb foods include meats, pork, beef, lamb, turkey, chicken, and most fish. Yes, this includes steak. Condiments, olives, mustard, and butter, cheese, so many choices. Munster, cheddar, camembert, and more. The great thing about many of these no-carb foods is that you actually feel satisfied and even full when eating them. You won't get a quick sugar high followed by a sharp dip in energy. The satisfied feeling will stay with you and you will crave those high sugar, high starch foods much less. What to do if you have a sweet tooth? The thought of ignoring your sweet tooth for good is akin to torture for some people. But you can still have something sweet, just not the sorts of things you are used to. There are no sugar gelatins that have very few carbs, and heavy whipping cream is included on the no-carbs food list. And a very pleasant surprise. Drop a good-sized dollop of heavy whipped cream on your low-carb gelatin, and your sweet tooth is happy. Jazz up your no-carb foods. Remember, we're not talking no carbs here, just limiting your overall carb intake. So keep in mind that you can jazz up your no-carb foods with a few low-carb accents. Try mixing some low-carb vegetables in with your eggs. Add some no-carb salmon or bacon, and you have a fantastic breakfast with a low-carb count. For lunch, add some tuna and cheese to your salad. It makes it even more satisfying and gives you more staying power for the day. Or have a low-carb tortilla wrapped around no-carb roast beef and cheese with some low-carb lettuce and tomatoes. Add low-carb mayonnaise and no-carb mustard and you have a fantastic wrap. For dinner, add some low-carb veggies to your steak or chicken breast. For a delicious whole-grain side dish, add a small serving of quinoa or brown rice. For snacks, wrap a piece of ham around a piece of string cheese and eat it with some sliced-up cantaloupe or berries. You can also grab a low-carb protein supplement drink, which helps you feel full and provides a quick, nutritious, low-carb treat. Try a chocolate version to help with the sweet tooth. Or try a protein shot such as ProfectR or ProsisR from Protica. They're available in plenty of exciting and delicious flavors. Visit Protica.com for more details.